Welcome back to Vic's Projects, everyone. I hope you're well. I am super excited because this is the first project in our new shiny garage. If you didn't see the last episode, we turned this space from this into this. Oh, so exciting. Right, wow, today's first episode is going to be fixing where we put the car into a tyre wall. Yep, that happened. So settle in, there's a little bit of story to go with our racing car driver excuses. So, the guy that I shared the car with a few years ago went on holiday for a bit. And I thought, I know, there's a really good track day coming up. It doesn't matter that he's not going, I'll just go out and have some fun by myself. This was in, I think it was November, December sort of time. And that day, the track was actually a little bit icy in the morning. Long story short, we hit a patch of ice on the apex of the fastest corner at Castle Combe, spun the car, hit some wet grass, and then ended up parked in a tyre wall. No matter, I thought, it's only a little bit of cosmetic damage. I can just clean that up. He'll never know. Well, actually he will. So I'll let him have a nice holiday. I didn't tell him whilst he was away. But when he got back, I phoned him up and said, hey buddy.
Hey Vic.
I've got something to tell you.
You what?
But now the time has come where I should probably do something a little bit more than I did. This one has had a bit of work, some rust is coming through, it's a big job, I'm going to put that to one side for now. What I'm going to do is replace panels that I can just buy a new panel and bolt one on, because actually they're not too bad. So this battle scarred door, we're going to replace him. This one, they are like hen's teeth, they're all rotted out, you can't get them. This one, I'm getting attacked by bugs. This one is made of fiberglass and I'm not going to get a new one, so that will just do a little bit of a patch job. And for an extra bonus point, while we're at it, we're going to have a look at the rear. You know that old rule of thumb that you only see about 10% of the rust? Well, if we open up this boot lid, all of this is all just rotted out. It is completely done. And every time I close the lid, the whole boot just fills with more and more rust flakes. So while we're at it, this one should be a fairly easy bolt-on replacement, so we'll do him at the same time. So to get into this job, I've ordered a couple of new, old panels. Now I know this one looks like it's got graffiti on it, and that's, well, because it has got graffiti on it, and now we've got another thing to fix. But crucially, both of these delivered were 250 quid, and there's no rust, apart from that bit. And maybe that bit. But putting that to one side, we might as well crack on. So let's pick which one to start with. Eeny, meeny, miny. Well, it's going to be this one because I haven't got the stuff to remove that yet. Now our new door is completely bare. It hasn't got any of this stuff on it. And I'm tempted to move one bit over at a time. Let's see how that goes. So, I can't get the door lock off because it's attached to the door handle and I don't want to break any of the little plastic clips. And he won't come out with this guy unless the glass is out because it fouls. I can't get the glass out because it's all the way up and there's a hidden bolt just here. So I've got to get him down about halfway. So, plug in this guy, power this up, and oh man. Why is this thing not easy? Gentle. starting to think this might be easier just to take the whole glass out with its mechanism. Well, stripping down that door and getting him off, that was a bigger pain than it really should have been. Oh well, that's done now. Rather than transfer all the components on the new door whilst it's on the floor, I'll do it while it's up and nice and easy. So we've got to get the new door on. To do that, or before we do that, I've noticed that on these hangers, where we've got a bit of overspray, there's actually a witness mark. And that's probably why, when you open this door, it was colliding in with that front wing. So I'm going to give that a little tickle back to where it looks like it should have been, and hopefully that solves our problem. Right, let's get the door on. Now with those jobs done, it's time to move on to what should be a relatively easy swap, which is this boot lid. Really? You say these things on purpose, don't you? Calm down, it'll be fine. We'll clear up all this graffiti and random red paint and all that. That shouldn't be too bad, I'm sure we can get that done. But the first job, before we attack that one, is on this rust-free panel, we need to clear up all the rust. Now I've sorted out the rust and given the top just a quick clean to get rid of all of that surface dirt and grime, it's time to tackle this graffiti. I had a little quick look online, see what people recommend, and what kept coming up was nail polish remover, acetone free. So a quick trip to the supermarket and I got me this guy. Well, that nail polish remover has worked fantastic. It's taken all the graffiti off and left our paint underneath. Now I did start off by using just some kitchen towel. However, I found out this guy wasn't very good. It would just, I don't know, it just would clog up. It wouldn't really get in there and take it off. So I switched to a rag, also known as an old sock. And this worked really well. It just gave that extra bit of abrasion just to get this stuff shifted. Well, clearly I've still got half the panel to do, but once we do, we're going to end up with a little dilemma. Because I reckon putting chemicals onto this paint, although it looks okay, it probably has damaged it a little bit. So I should probably buff that out, put some polish on it, and then put some wax on to help protect it. Oh no, what have I started? Well, although it took quite a while, given this car a polish, it looks absolutely fantastic now. However, there is one little problem over here. That's right, this door that we just wanted to replace the panel because we didn't want to paint. Of course, it was covered in all that same old rubbish, pretty much hand painted on paint that was on the boot spoiling it. So I've scraped a load of it off. There's not that great a material underneath. It really just looks like I'm gonna have to start painting this door now. Oh yeah. Well, so much for let's just replace a couple of panels and polish in some profit. This was so much more work than I was planning on. My paint, it's okay. It's not brilliant, but seeing as the rear wing needs doing, the front wing needs doing, whoever's going to buy this, because this guy is going up for sale, is probably just going to get those fixed and get the whole thing blown over anyway. So it's good enough for that. That's right. She is going up for sale. It is a sad time. I do really love this girl. She is, oh, every time you turn the key, it just puts a big smile on your face. But too many projects. So we're going to finish this episode here. And the next time you see this garage, this guy will be gone and a Jag will be back in its place.